If we cut him, he gon' bleed a lot. We the Israelites, the ones you always read about. Scriptures heavy as a seeming block. We the righteous nightmares on the Edom block. If we cut him, he gon' bleed a lot. We the Israelites, the ones you always read about. Scriptures heavy as a seeming block. We the righteous nightmares on the Edom block.
I love the book of Obadiah, he killing Esau. Fight up his heart, put him in chains, and that's all he saw. Ain't no going back and forth, this ain't no seesaw. Them chairs coming from the sky, and he gon' see y'all. All praises to Yahweh, Babylon gon' burn. Hopefully I did enough for my spot, it was earned. Every day we hit the streets so our people can learn. Teaching the truth about this life that our nation deserve. Set a nigga up with scriptures, it ain't no debate. I'm living life and it's true, why these niggas be fake? It be funny when it's...
Alright, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. We do so in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. We have the SICARII. We come out here week in and week out to teach the Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans the true identity of the Bible. We are the Israelites, right? Hey, what's going on with you, man? Nothing? I see you looking at the signs. What did you think about it? You new to it? Which one was you looking at specifically? You're looking at the end of the world?
The image of the beast.
The image of the beast, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think about it? Like,
I don't know. I don't really have too much to think about it. Like I said, I'm new to all this stuff, you know. So I'm just curious of what you guys are doing, you know.
Do you believe in the Bible?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what we're doing up here is teaching that the people on this side, the Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? That we are the children of Israel. We are the descendants of the people that Moses brought out of Egypt.
Yeah.
And that the salvation that is spoken in the Bible is exclusively for the children of Israel.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not for everyone like people made. People are taught. Right? So what do you think about that?
I mean, why is it just that group of people?
Because that's what the Bible says.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right? Because you get that in Luke? Right? Because the Bible, let me ask you something. What is salvation? What do you think salvation is?
I don't really know.
You don't know? Right? What does it sound like?
Sounds like yeah. I don't know.
No idea. You want to read that?
It's Luke 1:68. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, who have visited and redeemed his people and raised up a horn of salvation for us.
Right? So he's talking about that God raised up a horn of salvation.
Yeah.
Right? So we're talking about what salvation is right here, right? Yeah. Go ahead.
And have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. And he spake, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets,
right,
which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
Right. So salvation means to be saved.
Yeah.
Right. And as my brother read right there, it says that the Israelites were going to be saved from their enemies. Right.
Yeah.
From the people that hate them.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what salvation is. It's them being taken away from their enemies, taken away from the people that hate them.
Yeah.
Right? So when you look at the people on this side right here, when you look at Black, Latinos, and Native Americans, right, who would you say hates them?
I mean, I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean, I guess everybody else.
Everybody else.
That hate them?
That hate them?
Yeah.
Can you think of any,
Everybody else that hates them.
everybody that's not them?
Yeah.
Right? I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Right? Could you think of any, race of people that has helped Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans?
I mean, I guess the whites. I don't know.
Do you think white people help Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans?
I mean, I do.
How?
I just anytime I see somebody down and out or needing help, I help them out for that.
Well, because you know that white people are the reason we are called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We didn't introduce ourselves to you guys like that.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with me. I mean,
well, I mean, you're part of those people, right?
I guess.
Yeah, so it's got everything to do with you.
Yeah, but not nothing I had a part of.
But yeah, but you're benefiting from it, are you not? No? How not?
I don't know how am I.
You're in America, right?
Yeah.
So you're benefiting off it.
I guess we all are benefiting.
I wouldn't necessarily say that.
We're all in a good country. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but this country was established for you. It wasn't established for me. It wasn't established for this stuff. It wasn't established for my brother behind the camera.
But now it is now, though.
How?
How is it not, though?
Because we're not. When you think about what America looks like, who do you picture?
Say it again?
When you think about what the typical American family looks like,
I don't know. I guess just they got a nice couple kids.
what race are they?
I see all different races.
The way, like when Donald Trump says "Make America Great Again," what is he talking about?
I don't know. Just everybody working and you know things rolling.
He's not talking about white America.
I don't pay too much attention to that stuff, so I can't think much on that.
Well, I mean, just because you don't doesn't mean it's not a thing, though.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm of the opinion that you saying that is racist.
Saying what?
That you don't pay attention to color or race or whatever that is.
The way you're coming off, it sounds like you're racist against white people.
Why should not be?
Because it ain't all. That's not all everybody's for that action. You know what I mean?
But again, the reason I am called a black, Negro, African American is because of what your people did to my people.
Yeah, that was like 200 years ago.
It's still continuing, though.
Well, I get, but I don't do shit like that.
So then, how do we fix it then?
But by the way you dress is how you're getting. That's not how you fix it.
So how do we fix it? If what I'm doing isn't the way, what's the way? How do we fix it?
I mean, I don't know.
I have no idea. But you don't know how to fix it, but I'm wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying the way you're coming off is wrong. It's like nothing that I get. I just try to do everything right and let everybody equal.
So let me ask you this. How do I get back the humanity that was taken away from me and my people by your people? How do I get the knowledge of what I used to be? How do I receive that? How do I get that?
What do you want back? What do you want?
I want when your people brought us off the boats, right? We were calling ourselves by a specific name. How do I get that back? We weren't calling ourselves blacks and Negroes. How do I get that back?
I don't know. I don't know. By doing what you're doing, I guess.
By doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is right.
It's not wrong if that's what you want.
It's not. It's not necessarily about that, man. I'm talking about giving the humanity back to my people that your people took away from us and beat out of us.
Yeah, but I'm actually from Portugal. You know what I mean? So
that's the same thing.
I know, but I wasn't. My family wasn't even over here yet.
But I'm saying. So I'm saying your cousins, right? Even the Portuguese, yeah, because they were in Brazil. But your European cousins, the English, the French, they had this place built for you to come over here. It was made for you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's all changed, though. You know what I mean?
How?
I mean,
I'll tell you how it changed. That's a great point. It changed because you don't have to beat us anymore. You don't have to put us in chains anymore.
Right.
But you created a system of oppression. We're going to step back and let things play out because they set it up to where we are at the bottom and you guys are still at the top. Not just you per se, but your people. It changed that we're not physically shackled on plantations, but guess what? We have to work for our money now, every day.
Yeah.
40 hours a week at the bare minimum. And you know, San Francisco is one of the most expensive places to live.
Yeah.
That's how we're enslaved. We have to make money constantly in order to survive for 30 days at a time.
Yeah.
In a hamster wheel.
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's your car note, your food, your gas, your electricity, your apartment.
Yeah.
Like they're doing our fun. Ooh, you better budget that.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
On that. Oh, yeah.
That's how it changed. So we're enslaved to money now. Not to mention if you get in trouble.
I think everybody's enslaved in the money, though.
I agree with that.
You know,
but guess who has the most money? Who dictates policy?
Oh, yeah.
Europeans.
Yeah.
Because you guys created the system. You guys put a dollar amount on natural minerals that should be free.
Yeah.
That's where it comes in. So why do we need jobs?
It makes things go around, don't it?
What? Jobs for what? There were no jobs when the white man came to America.
Yeah, but that was
people were living off the land, hunting, and got things and building up for free.
There's too many people to live off the land like that anymore.
Are you serious? That's a lie. Sorry, that is a bold-faced lie. You know how many acres that Bill Gates just bought up in America alone? Hundreds of thousands of acres that he owns, so nobody can buy that property.
There's a lot of land.
No. But here's the thing: they put a dollar amount on the land, but it's free.
Wait, what now? What happened?
There's a dollar amount on land, but it should be free. That's what I'm telling you. So if I do, but just by going down the path of this society and doing things lawfully, buying plots of land, more likely I can't do it because first of all I can't afford it. Yeah. Secondly, if I could afford it, I gotta buy the land, pay off the land, and then build on top of it, build a well and water and things like that. And guess what? Bill Gates has bought hundreds of thousands of acres of land in America to have this whole GMO crops and all that type of stuff going on. The poisonous further. But that's not even the point. The point is they built a system to where we have to abide by the rules that you guys created. Where you guys have $1 trillion of head start. So in slavery they made trillions of dollars free, right?
What did they do?
Europeans made trillions of dollars for free off of free labor. That's how you built the society, off of free labor.
Yeah, I think the number is like 4.1.
That's more than that. That's a small number. It's more like the 40 trillion number. Back in the 1600s, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
$1 trillion today is still a lot of money, but guess what? It's not as much as it was 20 years ago, like you said.
Yeah.
And guess what? When we did have an opportunity to build for ourselves and separate from quote-unquote Europeans to have our own societies, what happened to those societies and those communities?
Yeah.
They were destroyed. By who? By your people. You guys had the military bomb cities where black people live. Why is that?
I couldn't tell you.
We just read it because we need salvation from your people because you hate us. Right. This was 1985. That was the last time it happened. 1985 in Philadelphia. The move movement. You heard about that?
Where was it?
1985. It's called Move. It's called Move.
Yeah.
It's MOVE. Move. We got a whole documentary about it. Where a black, not even a community, it was more like a couple blocks. They flew overhead, dropped bombs on black people in 1985. It wasn't that long ago. No, that happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That was 100 years ago, 1920s.
Yeah.
They bombed the whole community of black people. And then on the flip side of that, they drowned out communities as well. Most of these lakes in America, there's black communities underneath the water. Right. They put all type of water in black communities and drowned it out, so there's no memory of it anymore. Now it's Lake Shasta or Lake somewhere in Missouri. All these big lakes are the bottom of those lakes is black communities.
You can still see street signs in some of them.
It's not that long ago, bro.
Oh, yeah. No.
So you're telling me that this 20 years ago? No. It was 100 years ago in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, and in 1985 in Philadelphia, 40 years ago, that's the major thing that happened to black people in this country. So what are we supposed to think?
Yeah.
And now, of course, like you referenced earlier, how are we supposed to restore that humanity? Are we going to read about it in schools? No, because they're not going to teach that in schools. They're not going to teach, white people got this land by rape, robbery, murder, even though that's a common thing we can look up. But in schools, being learned and taught that and put shame on the white people that are in charge, they're not going to do that anymore. They're actually trying to remove it from the curriculum right now. You familiar with that? How old are you, man?
I'm 40.
You're 40?
Yeah.
They're trying to remove those things from the curriculum of schools. Now they say, Columbus discovered America. That's a lie. Those people were already here. There's societies here way before the conquistador came. And you say you're Portuguese, right?
Yeah.
Guess who had the first slaves? Portuguese.
Right.
The Portuguese sailed from Portugal to the west coast of Africa, took slaves from West Africa, and brought right back to Portugal. Then Britain and America and other Spaniards, because Spain and Portugal is technically the same, but they're considered two different people. They thought, we can all do this now. That's why it's called the European Slave Competition. 4 major European powers Portugal, Spain, Britain, and France had something to do with it too. But there's other minor European people that did that too.
Yeah.
And that's where it became the transatlantic slave trade, back and forth from the Americas to Spain and Africa and other parts of the Philippines, Hawaii. That's where it comes from. Because there's a competition now. Oh, we can get as many slaves as we want, working for free, all across the world, and build our empire. And that's what, fast forward, you get trillions of dollars of free money. You see what I'm saying? You're familiar with that at least, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, is that hate?
Well, I mean,
is that hate?
No, I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, I mean,
not restoring the proper balance to society, where you had the leg up this whole time. Because you're not going to give us, not you, but white people aren't going to give us any money. Everybody's talking about reparations, right? How come we're not getting reparations? The blacks and Hispanics.
Well, no, what happened was something like people that if you could prove like that your family was.
We can prove that it happened. Yeah, they killed hundreds of millions of people. That's the proof.
No, I'm saying, but I know I'm saying I don't know. I don't flip on all that stuff. No, but what it happened? Like, I guess you guys were supposed to get a lot of money. Is that true or no?
Excuse me?
I heard that's what people were saying.
What?
That you guys were supposed to be getting a lot of money from.
No, they're talking about giving us money.
Okay, yeah,
but they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Why would they help out the people they're trying to impress? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but at the same time, like,
because you know, if we had money, we wouldn't be robbing and killing each other and selling drugs, and that bolsters the economy in reference to jails. Because you know, the more people are in jail, there's stocks and bonds on inmates, and taxes go towards inmates. You been to jail?
Oh yeah.
You been to the pen?
Yeah.
You know how much one inmate costs in California?
Oh, I know.
A house? What?
I forget what it's expensive though.
It's like $60,000.
Yeah, for the year.
Some people don't even make $60,000 a year.
Oh.
But guess what? The combined taxation of the American society, everybody has to pay towards the inmate, and it's a business now.
Oh yeah.
Guess what happens in jail? What do they make in jail? License plates, certain clothes.
Yeah, certain things.
Yeah, you make what? 20 cents a day or what?
Yeah.
I've never been to the my boy been to the pen.
No, it's nothing. It's like
10 cents an hour. Yeah, it's something crazy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how they enslave you to this day. If you go to jail, like I said, just imagine if they give black people, Hispanic people reparations for the hundreds of years of atrocities. Yeah. We wouldn't go to jail anymore. We probably would live in America because we don't need America. I'll go to the island somewhere.
Yeah.
Go to Bali. Go to Hawaii. You see what I'm saying? I mean, Hawaii is America. I'm saying we live off in a beach somewhere. We wouldn't be struggling to pay check like we are, right on Section 8 and WIC and food stamps. We wouldn't need any of that.
Yeah.
And that's why white people don't want to help us. Because we wouldn't need them anymore. And that's the number one kryptonite. And that's what J. Edgar Hoover thought about back in the 60s and 70s. What was his statement? You familiar with that?
No, but
his number one thing was to prevent a black messiah. That's what he said. Because if black people come together and have a one-track mind, like we're trying to get them to think about being Israelites to serve God, what do we need them for? We wouldn't need them anymore. We wouldn't be caught up in this matrix, like the movie says, being blind to the facts and blind to what's going on in reality. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all about how you think. So what you think about is what you're going to do, right? For the most part. If I think about robbing somebody, it might take me a while. Who knows? It might take me a day. It might take me a month. Plot and strategize. Let me go to a nice white area or Chinese area and plot and plan. And okay, but guess what? If it's in my mind, I might think about doing it now. Guess what? If we think about serving God and believing in God, they have to control that way of thinking, because that's why the church is a slave doctrine. Like how you said, everybody can be saved, everybody can come. No, the Bible doesn't say that. You can spin it to where it says that, which is what the church does. That's why you teach against what the church is talking about. And that's what we read earlier in Luke. Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for they have visited and redeemed his people. His people are supposed to be redeemed and saved from the hands of their enemies. That's what we're talking about up here. And that's the main focus up here. Not to talk to white people and say, oh man, you can come too. No. You're in your heaven right now. Even though you might not be in a heavenly state. I'm not sure if you're homeless or on drugs, but guess what? You have an opportunity still. Because you are European. if we both had the same credentials in reference to schooling, I had a degree, you had a degree, you would get the job first.
Yeah,
this is a white man society.
Yeah, I know. I think you differ on that, though.
You beg to differ?
Yeah,
that's your opinion. That's why I was saying, like, man, this place was built for you. Maybe not you specifically, right? Because like he said, you may not be reaping the benefits of it. But for white people as a whole, like European people as a whole, this place was built for you.
Yeah, you guys are thinking too much on like that. A long time ago, like a lot of people, they're not like racist like that, you know.
Excuse me?
There ain't though. I mean, there is racist people in every color, but I mean, there's a lot
What
of
can we
people.
do with our racism? If we admit we're racist towards white people, what can we do about that racism?
I don't know.
What power do we
It
have?
kind of seems like you are though a little bit.
But what can we do with it?
I don't know. I mean,
Nothing. Guess what white people can do with it? Pass laws.
do what?
White people can pass laws.
Pass laws?
Yeah, pass laws. You heard of redlining? You never heard of redlining?
What's that?
You're 40?
Yeah.
I'm almost your age. You need to study. Redlining is this is what 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, 1970s. Black people were free off the plantations. We had our own jobs. We had our own businesses. We wanted to buy homes, and they said, "Wait a minute. If you want to live here, you have to be white." Redlining is putting a red line around a certain, an indivisible red line around a community, saying, "Oh no, you can't live over there." That's what they did.
Yeah. It's not like
You don't have the money. I can afford it.
Yeah.
I can't live here because this is whites only area. Redlining pushes black people to the inner cities like we are right now. Chicago, LA, Detroit, DC, New York places. They push black people towards the inner city, and they put drugs in the inner city, police the inner city. If I go to a white area, what's a white area out here?
Avenues.
Avenues. Are there police roaming the avenues like that? No. Because there's more money out there. There's no black people out there. That's who, quote unquote, commits most of the crimes, according to white people. But guess what? It's about opportunity. White people that live in avenues have money. There's no need to steal. There's no need to kill anybody. They have the money to thrive, to succeed. Black people in 60th Mission, we're on a drug block. You know that.
Yeah.
This is a drug area, gang-infested area. Cerritos over here, Norteño's a few blocks down. Right or wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
Why, though? Are the police in this area? Of course they are. Like I said before, that's where it ties into the jails and the stocks and bonds and inmates. People can die right here today with drug violence. Guess what? Gang violence. The killer's going to jail. The person that died is getting buried, and then that person's going to jail for the rest of their life. That's another tax thing that's going to happen to that person that's in jail that we got to pay for. Upholding law-abiding citizens. So you're saying racism is, not as prevalent today? That's a lie. Donald Trump wants all illegal immigrants out of America right now. He's deporting people in the masses. Is that racism?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that is, you know what I mean?
Deporting people isn't racism. Because we know white people aren't getting deported.
Well, we can't go into, I can't go into other countries.
Excuse me?
We can't go into other countries.
Why not? They do it every day.
We can't though without
what? Paperwork?
Yeah, without paperwork.
Can a white person move from America to, let's just say, Indonesia?
No, I don't know.
Of course they can. Easily. Of course they can. So that's what we do right now.
Too.
I'm saying, though, we're talking about illegally, though. I can get a passport, get a visa to live over there, then eventually convert my citizenship to that country. But that's what they're doing in America. They're saying, oh, Mexicans and Guatemalans and Hondurans are coming across the border illegally. But guess what? They're allowing it.
Oh, yeah.
You know why? Because white people need free labor still on those crops that they're growing. They can pay pennies over dollars, just like inmates. Is that going on today?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
You know there's child slavery still going on today right now?
That's crazy.
You know, we bring this out a lot. Back in 2021 in Georgia, they had people, Hispanics held at gunpoint, working for free, picking onions. 4 years ago. How come nobody talks about that? You familiar with that?
No. Who is the owner?
White people.
You sure about that?
I'm 100. Who's going to enslave Mexicans? Black people?
Well, I mean,
Do black people own crops like that in America?
I guarantee there is.
But they hire their own people. That's the difference. If Mexicans own things, they're going to hire Mexicans. If black people own things, they're going to hire black people. If white people own things, they're going to hire Mexicans to pay them as cheap as they want because they're illegally coming over the border. That's the point. They want illegal immigrants, but only if they only serve them under their thumb. That's the difference. Did you know that?
Yeah,
Is that racism in 2021? Enslaving Hispanics at gunpoint? And making sure they can't leave at gunpoint?
Yeah, how often do you hear that, though?
It doesn't matter. It happened. You told me it was a long time ago. I told you the example 40 years ago. I told you the example 4 years ago.
There's probably white people that are being enslaved.
Where are they? This is white supremacy for you.
You don't get it. You don't get it. Let me touch on this. And also, look, and look, and go, what?
You don't hear it.
You hate hearing the truth. And going back to redlining, look, this is very important that people don't understand too. Like in the avenues and in the Sunset, since they have more money, right, and more property out there, more money goes into school, into the school district, right. So in districts like the Mission and Hunters Point, they got less money in their education, right, which leads to the school prison industrial system, bro.
School to prison pipeline, right?
The school to prison pipeline. But you're too caught up, right, in this victimhood. Well, possibly, maybe white people are enslaved someplace. Where?
Everybody's enslaved.
Where? We just showed you an example of 40 years ago and 4 years ago. What's the example of white people being enslaved right now? Ready, set, go. Yeah, shut up, man.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Shut up.
Yeah, as soon as he put the finger at him, he's like, well, white people are doing it. White people might be doing it. White people might be going through it. But there's no proof for that. Totally different. We're 40 years old, don't know a damn thing. That's crazy, man. And you're on drugs out here. I guarantee you that. You are a loser. You're a two-time loser. I know it. It's still going on. You're on drugs that your people put in this community because you don't give a damn about yourself. We care about our people enough to come out and tell them the truth. Tell them to sell drugs. Tell them to stop gangbanging. Tell our sisters to stop being part of the pimp system. You see what I'm saying? And carve a society of fatherless homes. We want to prevent all that in the future. We can stop it today because that's what needs to happen. We love people that much more. White people don't love anybody. They have money. Let me see if I can get that in the Hebrew. What you want to say? Go ahead.
No, that's why when I asked him, when he said what we're doing, we're going about it the wrong way with the being aggressive or with the hate. I asked him, well, how do we fix it? He had no idea. Didn't know what to do. It's because I be telling you all the time, man. It's the things that they have to fix is the problems that they have is the free labor, the blood, and the mental issues. Right, with them taking away our humanity, we wasn't getting off these boats or introducing ourselves to these white people, calling ourselves blacks and Latinos. That didn't happen. So then they have to restore that. Free labor is easy. They print money all the time. It's easy. They can print a couple trillion. Right? That's easy. That's easy. Right? But how do we get back our humanity? How do we get back our knowledge of selves? Right? How do we get back the knowledge of who we were before we were introduced to these white people? Right? You got to figure it out. Then on top of that, which is my favorite thing to bring up, what about the blood? Then we got to talk about the blood, right? What about the blood? Right? The money's easy, right? You got to restore our humanity, right? That's the problem. You got to restore our humanity. That's what I want to know. That's the thing I want to do. You got it?
I'm gonna read this. This is Genesis 36:4. And Adam bare to Esau Eliphaz, and Bashemath bare Ruel. Let's see what the Hebrew word for Eliphaz is. H464. Excuse me. Eliphaz. My God is gold.
My God is what?
My God is gold.
That's all they care about. Money, 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 money. Make America great again. Free labor, putting you back in chains, right? Is have money back in this system, right? When Donald Trump is talking about making America great again, it has nothing to do with morals. It's not about morality, right? It's about money. Period. That's all they care about, man. And as you can see, man, he wants us to be complacent, not to be angry, when we have every right to be. We shouldn't be calling ourselves blacks and Latinos. The fact that they call us that, or have ourselves calling us that, just, man, we should be angry about it. We should be angry about it. It's just that simple. Right? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 49:9. If great brothers come to thee, will they not leave some leading grapes?
Right, man. You would think they would leave something, just a little bit, right? They're not going to take everything. Go ahead.
If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. That's what it's talking about. They can never have enough. You think, what did they come out with last year? How the Ugandans found like trillions of gold buried? You think they're going to allow the Ugandans to have that gold? The Chinese was over there fast. It was about to kill Chinese dude I seen on TikTok. Nigga digging up gold in their land. Like, nigga, who the hell are you? The Africans wasn't having it. You see what I'm saying? It could be Israelites, but either way, the heathens want resources. Of course, gold is worth more, right? And people know that, but most people don't know. People think papers is, better. But listen, minerals is worth way more. Right. Gold, silver, platinum is worth, a little bit. Diamonds ain't really worth nothing, but if you do have them, sure. If you want to sell them, whatever. Ultimate resources: oil, gold, silver, even copper. You see what I'm saying? Platinum, coltan that they got digging up in Africa right now. That powers the batteries. That's how you make batteries. But the point is, the Europeans, the quote unquote Edomites, or the devil the Bible speaks of, Esau, he'll never have enough. That's why he spread himself as a green bay tree. Mm-hmm. I was going to read that earlier in Psalms 37.
Could you get that where it talks about him being like the grave, satisfied, right? They're going to take that. They'll take everything. They'll go somewhere and take everything. That's their game plan. That's their MO.